Hi, hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Shout out to the Salem Coven members who are seeing this first. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you haven't already connected with me over on Patreon, it is completely free to join. You'll still get some perks. I'll occasionally drop a YouTube video there first, or I'll make a previously only accessible for the Salem Coven members, accessible for everyone. If a video is ever taken down after I post on YouTube, it will be available for free. And of course, it's ad free. However, if you are interested, there is an all access membership we call the Salem's Coven members that you can join. It gets you early access to all of my content, extended versions, exclusive live streams, unblurred visuals, things that I either can't post on YouTube or I have to blur for YouTube, official music videos, requested live performances, interviews, documentaries, more weighing on what I do next, things like that. All the information will be in the description below. So I just got done filming the Schoolboy Q video and I really needed to film another video. However, I just know that I just don't have it in me today. So that is gonna have to be postponed. However, I was like, at least film something, even if it's not something big. So we're doing a side quest. Vambie side quests are becoming a prominent thing, so I appreciate you coming along for the ride. It has come to my attention that there is a cover of a Taylor Swift song by Cynthia, Erivo, and Shoshana Bean, I believe is how you say it. If I'm butchering that, I'm so sorry. But this cover was posted like 6 years ago and I had no idea. It's of I Did Something Bad. And one of my favorite channels, and I'm a part of the Patreon community, is Chats and Reacts that I've shouted out and talked about multiple times on this channel. But posted a video and it was posted at the end. And I got to that part of the video and I was like, wait, what? So I immediately clicked out because I was like, I'm going to film that and then I will go back and finish watching theirs. So I just full transparency, I did see the first, like, I want to say like maybe the first 5 seconds of it. And then I was like, wait, I want to react to this. So I'm gonna do that. And then I get to go watch the rest of their video. Anyways, it's not very long. It's like 4 minutes and 12 seconds. So this is just my little fun side quest, but obviously I love that song. Okay, let's do it. I heard that and I was like, next time I film, I'm reacting to that. Gonna start that back. The eye contact. Oh, okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay.
I never trust a narcissist, but they love me.
I need to turn up the volume.
So I play him like a violin. I make it look oh so easy. 'Cause for every lie I tell them, they tell me 3. This is how the world works. Now all he thinks about is me. I can feel the flames on my skin, crimson red paint on my lips. If a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. I don't regret it one bit, 'cause he had it coming.
Oh, the instrumentation. Oh my God. This is gonna be insane.
They say I did something bad. Why does it feel so good? They say I did something bad. Why does it feel so good? Most fun I ever had. I'd do it over and over and over again if I could. It just felt so good.
The presentation of this is, I was making sure I was still had my mic on. I feel like I was probably gonna sing, so that's why I turned it off a minute ago. The presentation of this is stunning. It's haunting. It's that like calm, but like that boiling rage. Yes. Yes, please.
I never trust a playboy, but they love me. So I fly 'em all around the world, and I let them think they save me. They never see it coming, what I do next. This is how the world works. Gotta leave before you get left. I can feel the flames on my skin. He says don't throw away a good thing. If he drops my name, then I own nothing. If he spends my change, then he had it coming. You say I did something bad, why does it feel so good? They say I did something bad, why does it feel so good? Most fun I ever had, I'd do it over and over and over again if I could. It just felt so good, good.
Their vocals sound stunning. I'm so excited to get to the burning the witches part. I also love, so Taylor's original version here is, she is really leaning into a character, right? She's leaning into the character that so many have portrayed her to be. And she's like, you know, fine, if you want the bad guy, like I'll make the bad guy. This album was like, you know, there's parts of it that was like heavily inspired through the lens of Game of Thrones. And she leans into the character. And when you watch like the Reputation Stadium tour, for example, you can tell she's playing a character. But is parts of it true? Or is some of the emotion true? Yes. But the difference is that like, if she were to sing it seriously, especially at that time, it would have made things worse for her because of everything that was going on and because of her, you know, kind of cancellation. And it's for a multitude of reasons, right? The public not wanting to accept a multifaceted woman, the public not wanting to accept someone who has grown, right? Like she started in country music and very like, you know, good, wholesome girl, right? Like girl next door vibe. And she has not really like, I mean, in comparison to what we have seen when we talk about, you know, straying from that like good girl, like, she has not really strayed that far from it in comparison to what a lot of her predecessors or peers, and that's not a judgment. This industry like chews you up and spits you out. You know, it's not a judgment to anybody else as much as it's not a judgment to her, right? It's just a difference. But I will say that a lot of people do have an issue in ways with her that you don't with others. You know, the victimizing herself narrative. And she's already accused of being conniving and manipulative and all this stuff, like even when she's like a relatively like, I guess what I'm getting at is like, she's not really able to give a more serious performance of this song because that is not what like society would allow of her. And if she were to do it, I do not think it would go well. You know, maybe when she's like a little bit, I would say now, however, given the most recent album and all of that, I do not think that that would be the same case. So I would say prior to this newest album coming out, she could have, you know, maybe gotten away with it to a certain extent. And maybe down the road, she would be able to give a more serious performance of it. But I enjoy the serious performance of it. And it's really cool to see it done this way because it does feel a little bit more like female rage in the sense of being more serious about it versus having to play a character to be able to convey some of that anger and emotion without it backfiring on you, which is what she had to do. It's really cool to get to see it in this way. Now, some of the lines, like, they're always going to be like character lines, right? Like the whole, like, you know, never trust a playboy, but they love me. You know, that is not her, right? But even delivering the more serious parts in a more serious way would have not been accepted back then, and I don't think they would be now either. So it's really cool to get to see it this way, and where they are just being very serious. I'm not saying that they're not performing it in a way. That's not what I'm saying, but I just mean the way they are performing it is a more like intense eye contact. This is not me like in Taylor's performance, she's like, you know, like she literally does that. She plays the character and leans into it. And you can tell by the facials that she's not taking it serious, but that situation was serious. You know what I mean?
They're burning all the witches, even if you aren't one. They got their pitchforks and proof, their receipts and reasons. They're burning all the witches, even if you aren't one. So light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. Go ahead and light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. They say I did something better. Why does it feel so good? They say I did something better. Why does it feel so good? Most fun I ever had. I'd do it over and over and over again if I could.
Oh, oh, I knew I was gonna love it, and I loved it. Oh, that was so good. God, we're going back. That vocal, so pretty. I love how they play off each other. Also, I just love the idea of they're burning all the witches, you know, and like, and then you have Wicked. Love. Shout out to these musicians too, because it's so beautifully done. I love hearing orchestral elements and like actually bringing in strings and like live musicians playing her songs always gets me. I love that about her tours is she brings a lot of that in. She has a lot of like live instrumentation in her live performances, which is always just really fun to hear, and I love this take.
Go ahead and light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. They say I did something better. Why does it feel so good? They say I did something better. Why does it feel so good? Most fun I ever had. I'd do it over and over and over again if I could. It just felt so good, good.
Oh, that was so good. Oh my lord, I'm literally yanking things out of my headphones. That's the word I needed. I love that. Clearly. That was so good. I love hearing covers. I love Taylor's songwriting. So like it's always cool to get to hear covers. I enjoy hearing that and seeing what people do with it and seeing how they explore and express their takes on it. I always think that's fun. So loved that. I'm so glad I got to do that. I can't wait to go finish Chats and Reacts video on, I think that was on Patreon, because that was so good. Okay. Well, if you're still here, thank you so much for coming along with my side quest. As always, I really, really appreciate you sticking around, especially if this isn't like your type of genre or music. I love that we can explore things together. I know I say it all the time, but genuinely really appreciate those of you who choose to like tune into these other things that maybe are not your favorite things or new to you that you're not really sure about and things like that. Like, I really appreciate it. So as always, let me know your thoughts and I will see you in the next one.